I'm going to show you a book today that has some personal meaning to me, signifies a big change in my reading and a change in my personal life as well. And it's this book, Train Dreams by Dennis Johnson. Now, I bought this book about 2 months ago and I still haven't read it. And it's a pretty short book. You can see it's a pretty slim little volume here. And yet I have not managed to read it, even though I've had it for 2 months now. So why is that special? Why is this book special? Well, that's because this is the last book that I will buy until I read 75 books that I already own. So this is kind of a melodramatic way, and I hope you see some humor in it. It's a melodramatic way for me to announce that I'm going to join the Read What You Own challenge. So in case you don't know, this is a challenge created by Criminali. Started it about 5 years ago. And basically, it is what I just said. You read a certain amount of books that you decide on, and you don't buy any books until you hit your reading target or your reading goal. For some people, that could be a certain number of pages. It could be a certain number of books. It might even just be a period of time. He's got some tiers set up like bronze, silver, and gold. I'm going to try for the gold, which is 75. I'm not sure if I can hit that, but I'm going to try. I think I can do it because I've got at least 50 physical books on that shelf that I haven't read yet. And I'm embarrassed to say I've got a ton more on my Kindle here. I've got a really big problem with buying Kindle books, and I think I'm not alone in this. Kindle in particular, and ebooks in general, it's really easy to buy more than you're going to read. Especially if you're buying like book bundles and things like that. You know, sometimes you can get bundles of 10 books or even 20 books for, $5, $10, $15, something like that. Of course, books on Amazon are very affordable, sometimes, $1 or less. And it's just so easy to just snap things up and buy them. And then they just sit there. They don't even sit there. They're just in the cloud and you're not even aware that you have them. It's easy to not even be aware of what you own. I'm kind of embarrassed by how much unread stuff is on my Kindle. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick with it. I've tried this before and it's just never really worked, but I've really got to stick with it this year. I really need to do this. I've got a lot of books that I haven't read and I just need to stop buying books. I need to read up what I've had. And I need to do that for a couple of reasons. One is just personally and ethically, I don't think it's good to hoard things. I don't think it's good to have stuff that you're not using. I think if you have things that you don't use, you should just get rid of them, pass them on, sell them, pass them on, do whatever. Give it so that someone else who's going to use it gets it. Just get it out of the house. It's not good to have lots of stuff. Another reason, I might be moving and I don't want to be hauling around a bunch of stuff that I don't even know if I even want it. So it makes sense, again, to kind of thin down what you have or what I have. And also financially, I mean, let's be honest, times are kind of tough. Times are very uncertain right now. And, it doesn't hurt to be a little more frugal, to do a little belt tightening and kind of tighten up the budget a little bit. For me, books are probably my only real expense. I'm not into nightlife. I don't have other hobbies or anything like that. So it's going to be a nice little boost to the wallet. I am going to give myself one caveat, and that caveat is that I can DNF a book and it still counts towards my reading goal, towards that reading target of 75. So I'm doing this for two reasons. One is that generally speaking, I believe in DNFing books. If you're not liking it, there's no sense in forcing yourself to read it unless you absolutely have to, for a course or for work or something like that. But if you're reading for pleasure, you really should just read for pleasure and you shouldn't force yourself to read something you don't like. I will give books a chance. I don't DNF very early into a book unless it's genuinely just not the right thing. Okay. And I have to make a decision when I DNF it. Am I just not in the right frame of mind for it? And I'll come back to it later. If so, I'll keep it. If not, it's going to go in a bag and it's going to get donated or sold. I need to get it out of my apartment and just move on. Because like I said before, I don't like having a lot of stuff that I'm not using. I don't believe in hoarding things. So that's my only caveat. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to read 75 books before I buy any more books, whether it's physical or ebooks. So I'll leave some links to Criminali's kickoff video for this. I'm not sure what the right word for that is. I'm not really big on reading events. There's no rules to this or anything like that. I don't think you really need to educate yourself, but you can check out other people's videos about it. I'm just kind of putting this out there more for myself as a way to kind of hold myself accountable to it. I don't expect this video to go anywhere or get any kind of engagement or anything like that. But if you're interested in it, I guess leave a comment below and, let us know if you're going to do it. What's your reading goal? What's your reading target? And, maybe what are your reasons for doing the read what you own challenge? So leave a comment below and let us know what you think.